Hey everybody, it's Steve with Sky194, and I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to stop in and visit and check out my video. Doing something a little bit different today. Having a fun little race here at COTA in the Porsche. I qualified 7th. Again, this is, of course, like the title, I'm kind of testing the waters here with the setup, and also just many things so y'all can see. As far as I got a pit stop in here, so we can see how the pits are, and also, like I said, the setup, and see how the AI reacts here also. And of course, I have the AI at 100, so they're 100 aggression and 100, they're maxed out. So I qualified 7th. Kind of messed up a little bit on my hot lap, but it was still a decent lap for me. So obviously they are fast. So let's see what they have as far as the race pace. So let's get started.
Going double file.
I got 23 cars, no 24 with me. So we got a decent field.
Green light. Go, go, go.
They're all jumping to the right.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Crazy first
Car on
turn.
the right. Clear on the right.
First, gotta be a little careful. Cold tires. You hear that'll. What I seen, it'll. If you through this section here, if you try to be really aggressive, it'll get you. So you kind of got to dial it down a little bit. They're weak. The AI is weak right here. Yeah, right. So, whoa. We'll have to see how they react later in the race. See how my computer handles this too. My PC. Doing all right. Nothing great, but got a lot of cars.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
This is a really tough section.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Got it through here. It's pretty tough, especially with cold tires. And try to stay to the right here so I can get a decent. You want to be set up for this next corner. You want to be over here to the left, and then be able to come back to the right. A lot of trail braking through here. So the car's got to be able to like it, because you got to get the car to that last little rotation. Tires will be all right. It's so hard to get these turns, because I mean it's like threading the needle, because they got the sausages like a guard and everything. Too hot. Track limits are really bad. I mean, hopefully they make some adjustments on that, because they're really, really picky. So you gotta be really careful with track limits. I'm averaging around 90 frames. It's not too bad. Hopefully my new PC will be better. I want to run bigger fields. Multi-class and bigger fields, so hopefully without sacrificing setting, quality. So that's hopefully it will be able to do that. This section here is really tricky. Like I said, you got trail brake a lot going in here. Lift a little, let the car rotate. Just keep it hammered. You trail brake a little bit going through that corner also. Got some more brake bias to it. See the pump. See the Bentley top. I don't ever get tired of this racing. They're a little, AI just seems a little off through here. See if it there. He's off here too. They usually are. Yeah, see?
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
So I didn't even take it the best either, but that's, you want to take that mat. It's kind of a corner where you don't think you can, but you want to be able to be full throttle going through there. Catching me. Not going to outbrake me, though. I don't know. I tried first and second. I don't know. Through here, it's kind of hard to figure out what I like. Lift a little bit. The car rotate. You want to late apex everything to get through these sausages.
Well done, mate. The fastest lap so far.
See, it's so easy. I mean, just barely touch the line or anything, and it's just. I hope they improve that. Like here, it's pretty bad. I mean, here you just barely touch that, and it's your track limits. See, I mean, they don't. The AI doesn't run it wide through there.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Probably gonna get me on the straightaway because I kind of hurt my drive.
Car on the left.
Let that Nissan go.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. The pit is now open.
Oh, that Godzilla, boy, I tell you, that thing takes off, don't it? See, you definitely don't want to hit them sausages. Those things are brutal. Inside and outside, they got you both ways. Use the downshift. Just barely touch the brake, downshift. Just coast. A little bit of throttle, coast. Get over here to the right, come back. Try to get over here to the right, full throttle. You see what I'm saying? I mean, I pretty much had to get off because I was going to run into him. You want to be full throttle through there, like I said, because you just straighten it out and run it out wide. Carry your momentum. A lot of trail braking.
Close to in the pit.
Come in next time.
Well done, mate. Good lap.
See, they're just a little out. It seems to me they're taking the S's a little bit off. Let Godzilla pull me down the straightaway. and go. Got to lift some through here and then get back on it.
We are halfway through. Keep pushing.
It's a pretty sharp turn there. Woo! That was a sharp turn. Go up a couple on the right side. Yep, go up a couple on the right side. See what happens. Love this racing. Love it. But yeah, I would like to see him get, a little bit better, a little bit more, quicker, out there. I mean, I'd rather be quicker, a lot quicker than me.
Mandatory stop is that clear? Come on, go, go, go.
Go, go, go. Oh, wait a minute. Hitting the wrong thing. There we go. Long pit road, so beware of that. Definitely a long pit road. Oh, I think I made up some ground on the pits. Careful on cold tires. Find one of my favorite cars and liveries. Valentino Rossi's Audi. Absolutely gorgeous car. Whoa.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Too deep. No harm. Oh, this is a different place to pass. He's pulling away.
Leaving the pit lane, watch out. Car on the right, clear on the right.
Gonna force my way through. I don't even know if I can catch him. He was number one qualifier. 207. 207.7, I think he was. I disqualified with my race fuel load, so. Yep, Rossi's in the car. This track is so technical.
The window is now closed. You're given a warning for exceeding track limits.
I deserve that one. Yeah, I don't want to overdo it through here. I got a few laps. I need to try to close in on them a teeny bit. It is so easy to overdrive here through these technical sections. It's really hard for me. Yeah, you don't want to just messed up. Don't want to upshift. Not yet.
Fastest lap of the race, man. Good job.
All right. You got to push it through there. Get straighten it out and get on the gas as soon as possible. Get it out of bounds there too.
fastest lap of the race. Great job, man.
Dang it. Get some sliding going on going through there. Dang it. Pushing too hard. Lost a lot of time. First lap I've had. Yeah, you gotta be careful with those S's. You get into start getting into a tank slapper type thing. This is such an odd section right through there. Dang it on this gray stuff. That hurt bad. Retake this lap and another. Yeah, those dang big old huge things right in the corners, they look like pyramids. See, if you just try to be smoother, it's all right. But if you try to go through here and really attack it, it'll get you. Look at that! Come on! I mean, we're on the line. Didn't get a warning, but man. This is where they get you. I mean, obviously the AI, I mean, they're just so dang consistent. They don't make big mistakes. Not usually. Destroyed your tires. Again, you can trail brake a little bit through there to help you rotate the car if you need to. Right now I'm needing to.
Okay, the leader is on the final lap now. Give it all you can.
I'm doing it. That's okay. Yeah, I mean, just little things, just a little bit more of, you know, the track limit type thing. I think it would be make this track a little, it'd be even funner. I mean, I know they got to be close to it, but I mean, that's pretty tight right now. I thought I heard Aries talking about that they were still fine-tuning it and doing some, so I'm hoping they do some more with that, with the track limits. Too much trail braking. All right.
Great job, man. P2. Bring it back to the pits.
It's all right. I would have liked to win, but it was a really good race. I mean, I think I thought it was a good race, but again, you know, I just think the track limits could be just a little bit better. And like I said, the AI, I just think they could, in that one section, I really think that they could be, you know, through the S's. They look pretty good everywhere else, but through the S's and through that one left-hand kink there, they lose a lot of time through there. So, and of course, I understand that, you know, you got faster drivers and cars than others, so not everybody's going to be super fast through there, but it just seemed like they were giving up a little bit of time through there. Although it seemed like the Audi was doing pretty decent. I mean, I was running near the same times. So, all right, look at that. Good deal. Cool helmet by Rossi. Isn't that a cool helmet? That is a pretty awesome helmet. So Rossi, he won, but we got second, and then another Audi was third. So that's pretty awesome. So let's take a look at, so we can take a better look at, let's look at lap 11. That was my fast lap. And we can look outside the car, and so we can all get an idea of what it looks like. And I'll show you what I use for my brake markers. Again, you're looking at the 100 up here, but you see how the 100 is right here? I'm looking at the white line. That's what I'm looking at. So I'm usually going, you know, and again, this is things that you have to judge depending upon the car or the conditions for sure. But I mean, this is just you can either brake at it. Like, let's say my tires were wearing, like near the end, I was braking pretty much right at it, but, or right before it. I should say right before it. But here, when the good tires, I can brake right at it. So see, I'm right on the brakes, but I'm actually right on it. So, but when the tires were worn, it was before that. So again, I just use that as a basic judgment, just something to go off of. And then of course here, you got to really be careful because you got everything is late apex, late apex, late apex, late apex. I mean, you got to late apex everything to get by these bumps, and definitely not run wide and hit the sausages on the outside. This is so tricky through here. You want to take more curb and try to straighten it out, but and this little thing here isn't too bad. I can run over that, but it's just the track limits is what gets you. And I want to try to take this as straight as possible, because otherwise, you get the car upset, and you just barely touch the brakes. Sometimes I got too much on the brake, and again, have a little reserve. If you tack it too hard, you end up looping it. And then, of course, here you want to stay to the left, come around, stay to the right, and then get a nice run through here, which I have got a track warning through here also. So, again, you just want to make sure that you're staying to the right of this line. And then here you want to stay to the left. Now, I got about half the car over because I was running pretty far. I was running a little farther over, and if you come even close to this white line here with your left side, you're gonna get an out of bounds. So I'm trying to keep about half the car on the track. You know, you can see I'm about, like, the white line's just about in the center, because I was actually over. If you put your right over here in the red, you're gonna get an out of bounds. And then you want to stay to the right, and then basically when I come through here, I want to get, as soon as I start turning, I want to be wide open. So I got a little bit loose there, but run it out wide and just catch it. And then of course up here, right here at this line here past the 100, again this line, again I'm right up to it. Usually I'm right up to it or right beyond it. Again, late apex. Of course, the Porsche is typical. I mean, you're down about 5 miles an hour down the straightaway. And I go all the way to the 100. So here's the line for the 100. Well, it's actually right past it, but anyway, here's that. But anyway, I'm looking at the 100, so it's just before the 100, basically, is where I'm going for the brakes. But I could go a little deeper probably, but if you want to come in on the backside, again, late apex. And then here is, here I think I can improve. There seems to be I'm not hitting it just right, but you go through here in second or first. I guess it just depends on the car and the gear ratios of the car and what the strengths are. But it just seems it's such an odd section right through here. But I take it wide, try to come right next to this sausage thing here. Of course, you can run it out a little wider, but here I try to straighten this out. But again, you got to be really careful because I'm right on the edge now. You couldn't be no more over, because if it's even a teeny bit over, you're going to get an out of bounds right through here. So again, you want to be at least there or a little bit more to the left. But I'm trying to straighten this out as much as I can. And then I'm using this white curbing here for my braking zone and trying to straighten this out and kind of go straight and then turn, late apex again. Try to straighten it out and then late apex. But again, I use this white curbing on the side here for my brake zone. And cut it across, and again, you're trying to come back on the back side of this thing so you can get a nice drive going that way. So again, that's the idea anyway. Without hitting these things, without hitting those sausages. And then of course through here, get on the gas and don't upshift like I did that one time. You just want to lift a little bit and get back in it. And then you upshift when you're getting farther over. And then I use the 50 marker here, right before the 50 here, and then downshift once. And then here, I use this white line that's across the road here. That's my, there's a big white line. You got a big white line here and the white line here. I use that as my brake marker, basically just before it, which is the 50, but it's just before it. But instead of looking way over here to the right, I'm just looking right at these lines right here. And again, another late apex. And that's the lap. And that was my 208.07. So that's actually my best lap. So I'm sure I could run I could get into 207s if I could just get everything right. But I think it's decent for me. So for now, let's see. Let's go to the setup. Had 25.8 left front, 26 left rear, 20, and then 26 right front and right rear, which was a little low, so I guess you could go up to 26.2. So let's say 26.2 because that's what I adjusted it up to. The toe's negative 0.02 with the camber at negative 3.2 and the caster at 8. And the toe on the rear is a positive 0.12 with the camber at negative 2.7. So again, I had this that, I tried a lot of different, a lot more negative camber, but it just seemed like I could go quicker with it when I was taking it out. It seemed like I could go a little faster, and maybe it's just because you can be more exact. This is such a technical place that you have to hit the dots. You got to connect each dot, and if you get mess up a little bit is not a big thing, but if you really get totally kitty wampus, you're really going to mess up the next couple corners at least. So basically, maybe that's why it was just, it might have not been faster, but maybe it was more consistent that way, or at least where you could put the car where you needed to put it. Because again, small inputs and the car goes right there, and that's what I needed. So, but don't, you could go up to negative 3.4, negative 3.5 if you feel comfortable. I didn't see any performance advantage to it, so that's why, again, I just kept going down to where I felt better, and I was actually running faster with this. So, I didn't see any performance hit. Electronics are 3, 3, and 3. I tried 2, but it just you probably could do it for qualifying, but it's just not worth it. I didn't see a performance advantage. Again, I was running 60 liters. That's what I started off with. That's way more fuel than I needed. I only needed like 51 or 2, but 60 should be fine. Number 1 brake pad, of course. Anti-roll bars 3. Brake bias is 52. Steering is 12. Springs in the front are 119,000 with a bump stop rate of 600 and a bump stop range of 3. And the springs in the rear are 187,000 with a bump stop rate of 500 and a bump stop range of 10. Anti-roll bar is 4 and the preload on the diff is 70. Shocks on the left front are 9653, and on the right front they're 9573. And on the left rear, they're 3189, and on the right rear, they're 3167. And I guess we could go over, and of course we haven't looked. Let's take a look at Motec and see if I can make any adjustments to those. This is a 207. I ran a 207.85 one time. I think that was that one lap that was out of bounds. 2080. Here we go. Let's go off of that. So, you got a few little things off, but it's still close. You got a little over 50 there. That's 48.9. That's 49, like 49.7 or 8 there. Could go down probably one more notch. Go down one notch there. Bring this graph down just a teeny bit more. What else? Oh, whoop. I'll bring this down too. Yeah, I would like to bring this whole thing down just a little bit more. This graph. So trying to do that adjustment. That's 49, a little over 50 here. Again, it needs to be down a little bit. What was this one? This was yeah, again, that should be down a little bit too, so I'll go do the same thing. Just one little click. So a little basic click here, click there. Just a teeny bit too much. This is a little over 50, so again, that's why I brought that down. And then this one's 49.7. So again, it's real close, but it still needs to come down. It looks like it's... So let's see what it looks like. So let's bring it down just there. I guess we can keep it the same. So let's keep it the same. So that way they're, 8563 on both sides. So just make it again, kind of making adjustments as we go so you can see what I do. So that's 38, 48. Yeah, that's 49 something. So again, it's not over 50, but it still can come down. So I'll go down one on both. And then over here is 50.9. So again, looks like just but I don't think it can come down anymore. No. We'll just go down one here. This one is 48.6. And again, just again, the graph's okay, but it could use a little bit. And maybe it's right to the limit, right up to the top. But maybe I'll just go down on the fast bump because you can see how it's coming up and all. So maybe we'll just do the fast like this there. And then this one is 50.9, so it's actually 51.4, I think. So that's, again, a little high. Go down one click just to bring it closer. So the new setups or new settings are 8563 on the front and 2178 on the left rear and 2166 on the right rear. So again, you know, I try to do my best to get it as close as I can. Aero, of course, is all the way down on the front, 53 with a 5 splitter. Rear right height 72, and the rear wing is 10, and the brake ducts are 3 and 3. Kind of reminds me of the Misano setup, pretty close to the Misano setup in certain aspects. At least with this part of it is. Some of the other stuff isn't. The springs and the alignments and some of the other stuff isn't, but the rest of it is. So again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you enjoy the setup. I hope it works good for you, and of course, you know, get you in a good ballpark place to basically make it your own. You know, we're all still learning, so as far as what's great, what works at the track, what doesn't. I mean, I've tried a few cars there at COTA, and I'm just talking about COTA. I mean, I've run all the tracks, but I mean, we're on COTA today, and I mean, I know that the AMG, I'm pretty strong with the AMG there and the Lamborghini both. So really, all three of these cars, I mean, I run decent, and they're just as strong, maybe even a little stronger with the Lamborghini or the AMG. But of course, you know. So I'm trying to Aston Martin because I know they did that update on it and the BOP and helped it in the mid-range. So that's really going to help the Aston Martin. It already handles good, but that, you know, giving it a little bit more grunt in the middle will definitely help that car a lot. So I'll be interested to see that car too, see what it does. But again, I hope you give me a like and subscribe. And again, you know, things that you know, any suggestions of what you'd like to see. I'm going to keep trying to do, you know, some setups for these tracks coming out. You know, whenever I can get one where I think it's decent. There's always needs improvements. There's always can be things that's done that never ends. But you know, I try to make them the best I can up to this point. And it's fun racing. That was a good race. I enjoyed that. I hope, like I said, I hope you guys do. I love good racing like that. And you know, and also, I'm being totally honest. I mean, that was my one take. I didn't have to do, you know, six takes to get that race in or something. I mean, this is the only time I did it. So, I thought that was, you know, again, I think the AI is, you know, really good. It needs, you know, some things that could be improved upon. That's a for sure. That's a given. But I don't think they're awful either. I don't, you know, at least for me. I'm sure maybe there's other people that think that, but for me, you know, some good racing, and they do decent. And I would like to see him a little bit stronger, especially at my setting at 100 and 100. I like to see him a little bit more, you know, just a little bit better as far as the lines going through here with COTA. I think there's definitely they could be quicker, but I still think they're good. But anyway, I sure hope you enjoyed it. And, of course, I'll leave a link to the setup in the description. And I hope you come back and visit again really soon. Y'all take care. See ya.